Good evening. Thanks for joining us for the Wednesday edition of Source 16 News at 10. Near this hour, a 26-year-old Oak Grove woman was rushed to the emergency room after her Jeep flipped several times on the Breathitt-Pinneral Parkway in Christian County this afternoon. Melissa Cooper was driving southbound on the Pinneral Parkway when Kentucky State Police say near the 4-mile marker she veered across both lanes, ran through the median and across both northbound lanes and off the road. According to State Police, Cooper's Jeep Grand Cherokee overturned several times down an embankment before landing upright on its wheels. Cooper was transported by Hopkinsville Fire EMS to Jenny Stewart Medical Center for treatment. Regulations governing the state's immunization schedule for infants, toddlers, and school-age children have been amended, adding or altering the types of certain vaccines required for school, daycare, preschool, and Head Start entry. Christian County Health Department School Nurse Coordinator Beth Campbell explains how the vaccine change, announced today by the Kentucky Department of Public Health, will affect area children.
The basic additions are, it affects middle school the most, and that is for middle school now they must have a Tdap instead of just a TD, which is a tetanus, diphtheria, and pertussis. Used to it was just the TD or tetanus and diphtheria that was required. The pertussis is a whooping cough. Also, they have to have a meningococcal vaccine, which is the one for meningitis, to help protect from meningitis. So those are requirements for 6th grade entry, and those are going to be important. They also have to have an MMR, not just a measles vaccine, but they actually want the MMR. Also, a varicella, a second varicella, which is our chickenpox shot, if they haven't already had the chickenpox.
Campbell says the immunization requirements were updated to better align Kentucky's schedule with recommendations from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and National Pediatric Standards. The new requirements will take effect on July 1st. Well, the Christian County Public School District is being recognized for its emergency saving initiatives. The Kentucky Energy Efficiency Program for Schools will present the Keeps Stewardship Award to Christian County Public Schools during the district's Board of Education meeting tomorrow night. Officials say the award is given to school districts that are committed to reducing operational costs through best energy management practices. KEEPS is an American Recovery and Reinvestment Act program that provides training, online resources, and technical assistance to help Kentucky schools reduce operational costs through improved energy performance. Well, today is World Elder Abuse Awareness Day. According to the Better Business Bureau, the organization received hundreds of phone calls from senior citizens each year who were targets of scams. The BBB says the top scams involving seniors include identity theft, telemarketing scams, sweepstakes scams, work-at-home scams, internet fraud, and grandparent scams. Hopkinsville Christian County Senior Center Executive Assistant Laura Younger says abuse, especially involving the elderly, is wrong.
Our seniors are valuable to us. They have a wealth of information. They not only do they take care of their grandchildren. In a lot of cases, there's a lot of seniors here who do look after their own grandchildren or even great-grandchildren. Abuse of any level, whether old or young, is wrong and it needs to be stopped. Elderly abuse, they seem to be as helpless and defenseless as the young children are.
In honor of Elder Abuse Awareness Day, the local Senior Center held a class to teach senior citizens what to be on the lookout for.
It was Crime College is what it was called, and it presented to the seniors information that let them know about scam artists, whether it's someone knocking on their door wanting to do some roof repair or some yard work, but that would be scamming them. Phone calls, information telling them to be aware that if you do get phone calls from credit card companies, and they may say they're your card company, but they're probably not, to always, it was just awareness to remind them to always check with the people they know and trust, not to provide information to someone that may seem like a friend, but it's actually a stranger.
If you or someone you know might be a victim of elder abuse, contact your local law enforcement agency. And speaking of abuse, a former Fort Campbell soldier was sentenced yesterday to 8 years in prison for beating his 4-month-old son. Court records indicate that 23-year-old James Marcinkowski Sr. is not eligible for parole and will have to serve out his entire sentence after he recently entered a guilty plea to 1 count of aggravated child abuse and neglect. According to his arrest warrant, on January 3rd, he took his son to Blanchfield Army Community Hospital because his son was bleeding from the mouth. In addition, court documents indicate the child had internal liver injuries, bleeding in the brain, and a shoulder fracture. Marcinkowski was previously assigned to Fort Campbell's 101st Sustainment Brigade. Major General John Campbell, commanding general of the 101st Airborne Division, has been nominated by President Barack Obama to receive his 3rd star and serve as the Army Deputy Chief of Staff for Operations. Fort Campbell officials told Source16 today his promotion to Lieutenant General and his new job still have to be approved by the U.S. Senate, which may take several months to be finalized. Major General James McConville will be replacing Campbell. You may be able to enjoy your favorite cocktail at your favorite park if the Kentucky Department of Parks gets its way. The Kentucky Department of Parks wants a license to sell alcohol at Lake Barkley State Resort Park and Land Between the Lakes National Recreation Area, as well as 4 other state parks in wet counties. According to reports, Lake Barkley's application includes liquor by the drink in the dining room and the convention center, and beer could be sold at the Boots Randolph Golf Course. A comprehensive study by the Kentucky Department of Parks conducted last year suggested that alcohol be sold at some state parks, including Lake Barkley, to increase revenue. In addition, the Parks Department is seeking beer licenses at 2 state park golf courses, Audubon and Henderson, and my old Kentucky home in Bardstown. The mobile Vietnam Wall and other attractions honoring our nation's veterans stopped in Callaway County today. The American Veterans Traveling Tribute will also feature the Cost of Freedom Tribute as part of the visit at the Legion's Veterans Hall on North 4th Street in Murray. American Legion Post 73 in Murray and other local organizations are sponsoring the exhibit, which is in honor of a Medal of Honor recipient, U.S. Army Private First Class Billy Lane Laufer, who was killed in action in Vietnam. The Traveling Veterans Wall exhibit will be open to the public beginning tomorrow at noon, with Callaway County Sheriff Bill Markham and Murray Mayor Bill Wells scheduled to speak at an evening ceremony. The mobile wall will be in Murray for 4 days through Sunday and will be removed Monday. Construction is set to begin tomorrow on US 41A, Fort Campbell Boulevard in southern Christian County. The project runs a distance of about 9 miles from near the intersection with Kentucky 117 northward through the Interstate 24 interchange to Sibley Lane. The project includes new turn lanes, shoulder widening, and improvements to the I-24 interchange ramps at exit 86, the Oak Grove Hopkinsville interchange. Transportation Cabinet spokesman Keith Todd says motorists can expect to encounter a number of lane restrictions along this section in coming weeks, as well as lane shifts as the work progresses. Motorists who wish to avoid delays should consider a detour route via I-24 and the Breathitt Pennyrile Parkway extension. Rogers Group is a prime contractor on this $10.5 million highway improvement project, which should be completed by sometime this fall, weather permitting. Well, the City of Mayfield is looking for volunteers interested in serving on a newly formed committee. At this month's Mayfield City Council meeting, Mayor Teresa Cantrell announced she would be putting together a transportation committee to study problem areas in Mayfield, in addition to ideas regarding future transportation alternatives. Currently, the mayor says the City of Mayfield is in the early stages of a small urban transportation study that will be conducted by the Kentucky Department of Transportation. Anyone interested in serving on this committee on a volunteer basis can pick up an application at the mayor's office at City Hall. We have a recall to tell you about tonight. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission and Sharp Corporation of Osaka, Japan today announced a voluntary recall of General Electric zone line air conditioning and heating units due to a fire hazard. Over 90,000 of the units are being voluntarily recalled due to an electrical component in the heating system that can fail, posing a fire hazard to consumers. The GE Zone Line AC and heating units were sold at authorized GE representatives and HVAC distributors nationwide from March 2010 through March of this year for between $1,000 and $1,200. Consumers should immediately stop using the air conditioning and heating units and contact General Electric to schedule a free repair. For additional information, contact GE toll-free at 866-918-8771 or visit the firm's website at geappliances.com/products/recall. The Murray Service Center is accepting nominations for the 2012 Farm Service Agency County Committee election. The Farm Service Agency County Area Committees are responsible for the administration of federal farm programs at the local level. Callaway County is divided into 3 areas called Local Administrative Areas, or LAA, as seen on the map, and nominations for candidates to represent producers are now being accepted for LAA 3. This position is currently held by Francis Spillman. All farm owners and producers in LAA 3 are urged to take part in the county committee election. All nomination forms must be postmarked or returned to the Murray FSA Service Center, located at 88 Robertson Road, no later than August 1st. Well, bikers now have a safe place to park in downtown Mayfield. Public Works employees recently installed a new bike rack at the southwest corner of City Hall, just off Broadway on 6th Street. According to Mayor Cantrell, installing the bike rack is just another way that city government is listening to the request of its citizens. She says a friend, local businessman and avid biker, Joseph Williams, commented to her earlier this year that it would be great service to bikers like himself to have a safe place to park downtown, to encourage them to include the downtown in their biking adventures. Mayor Cantrell says, quote, "When the rack was installed, I wanted Joseph to be in the picture because since that time I've heard the same request from several citizens who enjoy biking throughout Mayfield." She notes that the rack would particularly be useful during city events that are held in downtown Mayfield. Well, the Kentucky Welcome Station on Interstate 24 westbound at the Kentucky-Tennessee state line in Christian County has reopened. The Welcome Station facility was temporarily closed Sunday night due to sewer problems after a pumper truck was called to the center twice over the weekend to pump out a holding tank. According to Transportation Cabinet spokesman Keith Todd, Hopkinsville Water Environment Authority crews were at the facility Monday morning to determine what was causing the sewer problems. He says HWEA found and removed a blockage in the sewer line that serves the facility. Todd reports the Welcome Center is now fully functional and open to the public.